Hi guys, I've just got a quick little video today showing you how I create my notepad covers, and I'm going to be making this one right here with similar paper. I'm using the notepads that Paper Tray Ink sells. They usually sell 10 to a package, and we're going to be working with the cream ones today. I've noticed that most of them are all apart, but I found a few in here that are still stuck together, and I'm going to be using that today so that I can have the double notepads in one little notepad cover. I'm also going to be using Paper Tray Ink's Textile Library Ledger paper, and that's going to be our design. You can cover these however you want. I also have some really good double stick tape here. This is American Crafts double stick tape. That is a plus. That is something you're going to want to use if you're making your notepads, to keep your notepads in here and to make sure that the front is secure so that you don't have to worry about it falling apart when you're carrying it around. And I'm also using Paper Tray Ink's Take Note set. This one was designed by Michelle Wooderson, and I love it. I have used it quite often. So I'm going to get started here with my cardstock that I've already pre-cut, and I have cut it to 8.5 by 5 3/4. And if you have a score pal, that would be handy. My score buddy is not big enough to go all the way down, so I'm going to be using this old paper cutter with the scoring blade in there, and I'm going to score it right here at 2 3/4 and then again at 3 inches. And that's going to make it big enough to completely cover the entire, or both of the notepads in there. I'm just going to fold it down, and basically that is your notepad cover. You can decorate it however you want, and I'm going to keep going so that you guys can see how I decorated mine. I've already pre-cut the Library Ledger paper. I cut it to about 2.5 inches, so there's a little bit of a border with the craft cardstock around there. And I'm actually going to glue this down with my ATG gun. I think that holds pretty well also. But you do want to make sure that you get the edges so that it sticks. And I'm just going to line it up there. Okay, so I've got that on there. Okay, the next step is with my Cuttlebug and just making some designs. I'm going to cut out a few circles just for the decoration on the front. And so I'm using my circle nestabilities, running them through my Cuttlebug a couple of times to get all of the design elements that I wanted for this card. Oops. And then I'm going to use the big lacy circles. I kind of wanted a little bit of scallop around the circle, but I wanted it to be a little bit more than just a regular scallop. Run that through my Cuttlebug and pop it out, and then I'm going to get that out of the way. There we go. Okay, then I'm going to pop out these little center things here in the scalloped lacy die. I'm just using my paper piercer to punch them out. They're flying everywhere, but that is all right today. Okay, all right. So now I have got my elements that I'm going to use. I'm going to show you a little trick here with this one because it is the same size, and I want to be able to see some of the polka dot there. So what I'm going to do is stamp out the sentiment And I want it down like so. Okay, so I have my little sentiment stamped just like so, and I'm going to use my paper trimmer here and line it up just underneath the sentiment. Hold it down so it doesn't move. Okay, now I'm going to go just on top of the sentiment, making sure that all my lines are straight. There we go. Now I just have a portion of that circle showing. And I've got my two other elements here. And so when I put it on there, you can see the sentiment, but yet you can also still see the polka dots. Just kind of adds a fun little something more without having to use the whole circle and fill it up. So I'm going to adhere all that down. Making sure that I line that up and that it is straight on there. Got the polka dots to work with there. There we go. And adhering it to there. Now, there's all kinds of junk there on the edge, and I'm going to trim that off. Kind of lining up my bottom of my white there under the sentiment. And trimming all that junk off. There we go. Okay, now I'm ready to put it all together, and I went ahead and used my scallop border punch here to make a little edging on the side of the notepad cover. I'm gonna stick that down, and then I will adhere this to the front. It's very simple. You could add buttons or other elements. You can kind of decorate this up however you want to. There we go. We have our little notepad cover. And I'll go ahead and add my notepads. And this is where I use the super sticky tape because I want the notepads to stay inside the notepad cover and not fall out when I'm carrying them around. Usually I have them in my purse or in the car or laying on the counter, and they're all falling out all over the place. I don't want my notepads to come out. I want them to stay in. So, there we go. It covers it just perfectly. There's the two pads that are still stuck together. If you wanted to, you could glue them together. You could put another notepad on the other side if they didn't stick together. Or you could make this a little bit smaller to just have one notepad, but very simple.